Welcome viewers and listeners alike to Post Office Road. It makes a change this season. It's about 7 weeks since we had a game on this ground here at Post Office Road between Featherstone Rovers and Warrington. Your Featherstone Rovers team number 1 Chris Bibb, 2 Ikram Butts, 3 Terry Manning, 4 Paul Newell, 5 Owen Simpson, 6 Martin Pearson, 7 Derek Fox, 8 is Leo Casey, 9 Trevor Clark, 10 Gary Rose, 11 Ian Smales, 12 Andy Fisher, 13 Brendan Chilter, and substitutes are 14 Tim Sharp and 15 Chris Burton. The Warrington team, number 1 Dave Lyon, number 2 Des Drummond, 3 Chris Rudd, 4 Alan Bateman, 5 Neil Kinnian, 6 Paul Cullen, 7 Kelly Shelford, 8 Gary Chambers, 9 Joanne Mann, 10 Phil Sumner, 11 Bob Jackson, 12 Gary Mercer and 13 Gary Sanderson. Substitutes 14 Tony Thornley and 15 Roland Phillips. And your referee from tonight is from Halifax, Mr Jim Smith. So once again the scenes are set here at Post Office Road, and how many times have we had to say this over the last few weeks? A very vital match indeed for Featherstone Rovers. They must win tonight to get out of that relegation zone. A win tonight will just push them above Bradford on points. Bradford and Featherstone of course lying second from the bottom of the table, on both on 10 points each. Featherstone have a match in hand on Bradford, and this is the match they have got in hand, playing at home to Warrington tonight. On the other hand, Warrington are bang on form. They beat Leeds convincingly on Sunday at Warrington, and they're in the top 4 of the Premiership division. So Derek Fox winning the toss, playing from right to left as we look at the pitch. Warrington getting ready to kick off. So it's Warrington there, number 3 Chris Rudd, just been picked in Malcolm Reilly's international team to play France at the Boulevard in a couple of weeks' time. So Andy Fisher taking that high kick off. So Featherstone Rovers, Brendan Chilter. First touch of the ball for the Rovers loose forward there. Brendan Chilter here trying to bring the ball out of his own half of the field. It was Trevor Clark at that time before Brendan. So Trevor Clark with the ball now there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox, that big bulk downfield, gets bulk to ball, strikes it well, and number 1 there, David Lyon, picks it up well inside his own 25-yard area. And that's good play by Derek Fox, the Rovers captain, following his own kick up that time, putting his own men on side. So it's Warrington trying to come down the middle of the field. Playing, of course, in their away strip. Red and green jerseys, striped. So Trevor Clark and Gary Rose and Ian Smales makes that tackle. So big number 12 there, Barry Mercy, all seems to play well again, Rovers. Brings the ball, play up to halfway line. Now it's number 1 there, David Lyon, gets his book to that ball, kicks it downfield. Ikram Butt there taking that ball. Ikram Butt there trying to take Neil Kenyon on down the right touchline side. So Terry Manning running it in from acting half-back. Gets up, plays the ball back. Trevor Clark with the ball now there to Gary Rose. Gary Rose trying to make headway up to the halfway line. So Brendan Chilter with the ball. Oh, and that's hard-lined by Brendan because he did see the little gap there on this near touchline side. So Warrington possession. That's good driving in that. Number 10 there, Phil Sumner. Pushes 2 or 3 would be Featherstone Rovers tacklers out of the way. Good start by Warrington. Kelly Shelf with the ball there, getting it. That's good play this by Warrington, moving the ball across sharply. Number 4 there, Alan Bateman, tackled about 10 yards short of that. And what's the referee going to give? Well, where's the advantage in that, I might ask, because the referee there, surely that Warrington lost the ball in the tackle. Featherstone picked the loose ball up, couldn't run away with it, but the referee just asking his touches whether the Warrington man lost the ball or whether the ball was pulled from his hand. And the touch just told him that Warrington lost the ball. So Martin Pearson with the ball now, trying to move that ball across the line. Bornhuller with the ball there. Dangerous play by Road, but I could see the method in it. Got numbers on this side, but They want to move the ball across the line, they must have to move it faster than that. So it's Warrington keeping Featherstone pegged down in their own 25-yard area. It's only Casey with the ball there. Number 13 there, Gary Sanderson, making the tackle on him, on the big fella. So Trevor Clark with the ball now there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox now there to Andy Fisher. But that's good Warrington tackling. So ball back there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox once again, that big kick downfield, finding the empty spaces between David Lyon and Desi Drummond. So David Lyon with the ball now there to Desi Drummond, spills the ball. Owen Simpson, that's advantage. That's good play by Rovers, Owen Simpson in particular that time. But back play by Desi Drummond, so Brendan Tota there. Trying to get that ball up there for Gary Rose there to Ian Smales. Ian Smales there taking the tackle rightly so, just cooling things down a bit. Rovers have got four more tackles on this Warrington 25-yard area. Back inside there to Martin Pearson from Derek Fox. But number 9 there, Dwayne Mann, buries Martin Pearson to the floor. Rovers inside that Warrington 25-yard area. Gary Rose now running it in. Trying to get a one-arm pass up now to Chris Bibb. Chris Bibb having to change direction, coming back in field. Must straighten up. Rovers losing ground with that moment. Lost a good 15-yard that time. So Brendan Tota now going from matching half back now there to Andy Fisher. Andy Fisher throw the gap. Oh, and Andy Fisher that time. Taking this Warrington defence on. Marvellous running by the second row forward. So Derek Fox now with the ball. Derek Fox, that big up and under. So knock on. Knock on over that Warrington try line. It'll be a 5-yard scrum. And it'll be Kelly Shelford, the Warrington scrum half, to feed the scrum. Warrington, of course, having two great scrum halves not playing tonight. Kevin Ellis, the first choice, and Martin Crompton, both not playing. So Kelly Shelford, the New Zealand international half back there, filling the scrum half positioning. So Warrington's ball, so that good bit of pressure there by Featherstone Rovers that time with Andy Fisher nearly scoring the try, but just having his ankle tapped just as he got about 15 yards from that Warrington try line. Now it's Dwayne Mann with the ball there. That's good tackling that by Gary Rose. So Warrington in possession about 10 yards from the halfway line. Big kick downfield. Chris Bibb there having to get back for this ball. Picks it up on his own try line, beating one man. But too many Warrington tacklers in the way that time for Chris Bibb. Chris Rudd there. So it's Owen Simpson with the ball. Just couldn't get it there to Paul Newlove. Martin Pearson from acting half back now there to Ian Smales coming back inside. And a big row from the Rovers crowd, get them on side. So Gary Rose there, one-handed pass there now to Brendan Tota now to Andy Fisher. Andy Fisher looking pretty sharp in this first few minutes for Rovers, and Derek Fox once again puts that boot to ball. Good kick that by Derek Fox. From his own 25-yard line to the opposition 25-yard line, a fully 50-yard kick. Well, the kick went diagonally, so I should imagine that would have got 70-yard kick that by Derek Fox, the Rovers captain. So Kelly Shelford feeds the scrum. Desi Drummond with the ball there. Brendan Tota for Lincoln. Desi Drummond across, but Martin Pearson there makes the tackle. Brendan Tota just making sure he will tackle with the ball. So Gary Sanderson there trying to reach his own 25-yard area. So Warrington, that's the third tackle, trying to move the ball across wide here. That's good play that to Bob Jackson, but that's good tackling that. Gary Rose making the tackle along with Leo Casey. And two second row forwards there making the tackle on Bob Jackson. So Phil Sumner there trying to run it in, trying to reach the halfway line. Tackle just short. Well, absolutely. Well, I'm just speechless for that, because well, same as Alan Agar, the Rovers coach, who stood against me up here on the gantry, a diabolical decision that, and this is what's just going to go in again Rovers this season, because there's no way there. Brendan Toter there didn't have an hand on the man, and Phil Sumner there playing the old soldier, and Jim Smith taking it. Phil Sumner could have played that ball cleanly, but he just didn't want to play the ball. It was the last tackle. He played for the penalty, and Jim Smith stood him, and he got the penalty. So first chance here for either team to put 2 points on the board. Falls to Warrington. Straight in front of the sticks. Number 1 there. Lying with the ball there. Takes the goal kick. And Ian Smells, rightly so, letting it go dead. So it's a drop out for Rovers on their own 25-yard area. Derek Fox, that big drop kick downfield. So once again, Warrington 6 tackles. Out to their own half of the field. That's good running by number 5 there, Neil Kenyon. On the first tackle, that's the second tackle. Warrington nearly up to the halfway line. Joanne Mann now from acting half-back there to Bob Jackson. Bob Jackson spills the ball there, and that looked like a trip to me on Brendan Toter. Bob Jackson definitely put his feet up that time on Brendan Toter, but the referee says play on. So Gary Rose with the ball now there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox there, back inside there to Martin Pearson there to Andy Fisher. Andy Fisher there to Martin Pearson. That's good play by the Rovers. Second roll forward and stand-off half there, linking up together superbly. So it's Gary Rose with the ball now, trying to move mountains up to that Warrington 25-yard area. So Derek Fox with the ball now. Derek Fox, that long ball out there now to Chris Bibb. Chris Bibb there looking for gaps in this Warrington defence, but none coming that time. And the Warrington player once again laying on Chris Bibb there, but referee says play on. So Terry Manning there, tackle about 15 yards shorter than Warrington post. So Derek Fox with the ball now. Derek Fox there, that little kick throw. And the ball there just a bit too heavy. There'll be a Warrington tap on their own 25-yard line. So it's Neil Kenyon with the ball now, trying to come down the middle. So Warrington in possession there, halfway between the halfway line and the Warrington 25-yard line. Joanne Mann with the ball now there to, once again to Phil Sumner, but that's good Rovers tackling. Leo Casey, straight round the bootlaces, takes his man out. So Kelly Shelfer with the ball now. Kelly Shelfer there, trying to bring his runners onto him. Well, this is good play by Warrington, using that left-hand touchline side. Kelly Shelfer with the ball now, spinning that ball out wide now to Joanne Mann. Joanne Mann, that little kick throw. It's all on, but Derek Fox there, bobbing round, picks the ball up. That's good play by Derek Fox. Derek Fox there, showing the ball to his left. Still going Derek Fox. Good play by the Rovers captain, finally being tackled there by Bob Jackson. So it's Porniola fighting for all his worth to try to get up to this halfway line. So Owen Simpson with the ball now there to Leo Casey. Leo Casey being tackled there by Gary Chambers, his opposite number. So Ian Smells with the ball now there. Ian Smells out to toe tackle, still going. That's good driving in by Ian Smells there. Good 20-yard run. Now Gary Rose's turn. He'll drive it in a bit further. That's good driving by Gary Rose. Joanne Mann makes the tackle. Now Derek Fox with the ball. Derek Fox now there to Brendan Toter. Brendan Toter to Owen Simpson. Owen Simpson there. Got it. Jesse Drummond to beat. Back inside of Jesse Drummond. That's good play by Owen Simpson, but he lost the ball. Come down. Six tackles. Well, just when Warrington thought that Derek Fox was going to pass the ball, Rovers decide to run the ball. Brendan told that long ball out there to Owen Simpson. Owen Simpson there, cutting inside of Desi Drummond, beating him inside there, but too many tacklers.
man at that far side, they're not taking it early enough. They're taking too many drives before it's going.
So from the scrum, Warrington get possession. That's the second tackle. Warrington still camped in their own 25-yard area. And Warrington losing the ball yet again. Or have they got the ball back? I thought they'd lost the ball then. Number 12 there, Gary Mercer, running it in hard. Kelly Shelf with the ball now there, trying to get his forwards running onto the ball, but that's good tackling by the Rovers forwards. Driving the player back. Good tackling by Rovers, that's the fourth tackle. Rovers still camped in their own 25-yard area. Joanne Mann with the ball, that's the fifth tackle. That's good tackling, that by Brendan Toter. And David Lyne with the ball there, that big kick downfield. And Chris Bibb there coming across to pick the ball up. Picks it up just about on his own 25-yard line. Gets up, plays the ball. So Leo Casey there. Brings play up to the halfway line on the second tackle. Trevor Clark with the ball now there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox there to Martin Pearson. Martin Pearson now there to Terry Manning. But Terry Manning once again tackled just about on the halfway line. Number 3 there, Chris Rudd, made the tackle, and Gary Mercer. So Ian Smales there, changes direction in midstream, tries to go down the middle. 5 yard inside, that's Warrington half of the field. So Derek Fox with the ball now, Derek Fox there, puts a low kick in there towards this near touchline side. Desi Drummond picks the ball up on his own try line. Desi Drummond there to David Lyon, but David Lyon being wrapped up there by Paul Newell. That's good following up by Owen Simpson, and Paul Newell throw that Derek Fox kick. So Phil Sumner with the ball, he's having a good game, is Phil Sumner, big strong lad. So it's Desi Drummond with the ball. Desi Drummond trying to get the ball away there to Kelly Shelford. Kelly Shelford now there to Paul Cullen. Paul Cullen there to Alan Bateman. Alan Bateman now to Kenyon. Kenyon there, marvellous tackling by Derek Fox, getting across there, and it wasn't Derek Fox. So Warrington throwing this ball about here. They've got Rovers stretched. Back inside there to Alan Bateman, there to Chris Rudd, but what a beautiful tackle there by Derek Fox. Warrington really throwing everything at Featherstone Rovers now. First it's right, then it's left, now it's going left again. Gary Mercer with the ball. Back there to Phil Sumner. Phil Sumner running it in. So Joanne Mann now from acting half back there to Kelly Shelford. Kelly Shelford trying to go through the gap. Sixth and last tackle, Joanne Mann with the ball now. But that's good play, that by Chris Bibb. So Paul Newell now tried to bring the ball out from acting half back. Bob Jackson making the tackle. Gary Rose there trying to reach his own 25-yard area, but Phil Sumner in making the tackle. So here's Smales with the ball now. That's good running by the Rovers second roll forward. Trying to bring the ball out in his own 25-yard area. Trevor Clark with the ball now there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox, big kick downfield. David Lyon underneath it. David Lyon there, slow to pick the ball up. Safety first. Well, that's good. Rovers tackling. Gets up, plays the ball. Neil Kenyon with the ball now. The Warrington wingman there. Succumbs to a tackle there from Andy Fisher. Number 13 there, Gary Sanderson. Warrington really looking sharp now, looking for these gaps in this Rovers defence. Good running that by number 8 there, Gary Chambers. Up to the halfway line. Bob Jackson with the ball now. Bob Jackson there trying to plough down the middle, but this is good Rovers defence. Trevor Clark making the tackle. So Kelly Shelf with the ball now. That kick through the air, but Chris Bibb decking that ball. Chris Bibb now. But that tackle looked a bit high that time, but Chris Bibb near, Louis through the gap. Now Ikram Butt with the ball there. Up to the halfway line. That's good running by Ikram Butt. Plays the ball to himself, no marker. And the Rovers supporters really getting behind the team tonight. So Derek Fox getting that ball up there now for Andy Fisher. Andy Fisher getting that ball back there to Terry Manning. Terry Manning there. Martin Pearson going without the ball. Warrington possession. Kelly Shell for the ball, spinning the ball out wide. Gary Mercer now. Gary Mercer there taking Brendan Total on that long ball out there to Desi Drummond. Desi Drummond now there. That's a beautiful ball there to Gary Mercer.
Registration B13232 KWX.
And that was a marvellous move that by Warrington, because well, Desi Drummond there did everything right, doing the run around there with Gary Mercer, and Gary Mercer there. Gary Mercer absolutely spilling the ball there with the line open at his mercy that time. But it's a marvellous game here at Post Office Road this evening. First Featherstone Rovers threatening the Warrington try line, then Warrington there having all that pressure on Rovers try line, but still no teams put a point on the board this evening, so it's Leo Casey running it in. And that's good tackling by his opposite number there, Gary Chambers. So Trevor Clark with the ball now. Trevor Clark there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox now there to Ian Smells. Ian Smells, that long ball out there now to Andy Fisher. Andy Fisher, that little dummy. So Derek Fox with the ball there now to Chris Bibb. That's good Warrington tackling, moving up quickly indeed. Makes the tackle on Chris Bibb. Now Gary Rose with the ball now there to Porniolo. Porniolo through the gap. Porniolo out of one tackle. Porniolo still going. So Derek Fox with the ball now there to Trevor Clark. Trevor Clark now there, throws the ball straight into touch. Scrum down, Warrington's head and ball. So it'll be Kelly Shelford to feed the scrum. The ball's in. Kelly Shelford there to Paul Cullen, beating his man, but he's cut tackling that by Porniolov. Number 13 there, Gary Sanderson, brings players up to his own 25-yard line. So it's Gary Chambers with the ball now, trying to straighten up, taking these Featherstone Rovers forwards on, but Andy Fisher, Ian Smells there, sticking the ground, making the tackle. Gary Mercer with the ball now, Gary Mercer moving the ball out wide here. Chris Rudd there to Desi Drummond. Desi Drummond there to Gary Mercer. Gary Mercer coming back inside. And one's got to say, what about the forward passing that movement? So Paul Cullen with the ball there, picks it up. And that's all on, that's Rovers' ball. Good play that by Trevor Clark, touching that ball with his hand, so it's Derek Fox with the ball now. So Wickram with the ball now, there to Leo Casey. Leo Casey there trying to change direction. Being tackled there by Bob Jackson, so Trevor Clark with the ball now there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox now there to Ian Smales there to Gary Rose. Gary Rose there getting that ball back there now to Brendan Toter. Brendan Toter trying to straighten things up. Gets up, plays the ball to Gary Rose. Gary Rose now there to Martin Pearson. Martin Pearson there trying to bump Chris Rudd up, but Chris Rudd there standing his ground, makes the tackle. Along with Gary Mercer. So Derek Fox with the ball there, pumps an iron up and under up. And David Lyon takes the ball cleanly. Really under no pressure at all. So Kelly Shelford there, being tackled with the ball, just about on his own 25-yard area. It's still Featherstone 0, Warrington 0. Joanne Mann with the ball there. Trying to get his forwards going. Kelly Shelford with the ball now, throwing this ball out wide to Gary Mercer. So Gary Mercer with the ball now, Gary Mercer there. Desi Drummond with the ball now. That's a back tackle by Desi Drummond. And Kelly Shelford there. Joanne Mann, I should say, putting that ball there over the Featherstone Rovers try line. So Chris Bibb there trying to come out in his own 25-yard area. But Chris Rudd there makes a tackle. Penalty kick to Rovers. Warrington being caught offside.
Attention, please, from the owners of the following vehicles won't never be in. This is a police message. Ford Sierra registration 25LY.
So Porniola with the tap penalty to Gary Rose there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox now there to Leo Casey. Leo Casey there now to Trevor Clark there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox there now to Martin Pearson. So Trevor Clark with the ball now there to Ian Smales. Ian Smales there. Trying to move mountains there. So Trevor Clark taking it in from Acton Arpat there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox now there to Terry Manning. That's good play by Rovers. Trevor Clark with the ball now there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox back inside there to Andy Fisher. So Trevor Clark now there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox now there to Brendan Toter. So it's all set here for a drop goal attempt for Rovers. Side yet to score a point in this match. Is it going to be the first one to Rovers? Derek Fox there. Straight between the middle. That's dropped the deadlock. Featherstone Rovers 1, Warrington 0.
Derek, have we got the message on about that right hand side?
Yeah, no, Brendan, that's Derek.
So there we are, Chris Rudd getting the game restarted. Derek Fox underneath the ball, takes it cleanly, gets that ball there. Brendan Toter with the ball now. A few moans and groans from the supporter there, because Chris Bibb there could have got that ball out wide that time, and Warrington were less in numbers on this side than what the Rovers players was. Still, Rovers possession on their own 25-yard area. Gary Rose there trying to take the ball in.
Terrible play.
That's a bad mistake, that Trevor Clark there knocking the ball on it from the Acton Arpat position. So a chance here for Warrington. Scrum down their own feed on that home Featherstone Rovers. Kelly Shelford there having 2 bites of the cherry. First he was tackled, then he was up. So Jesse Drummond now from Acton Arpat running it in. That's the second tackle. Featherstone Rovers must tackle now to keep this team out. Kelly Shelford with the ball. Oh, that's a bad mistake that by Gary Chambers. So Gary Chambers there knocking that ball on, and that's a let off Featherstone Rovers, but back play by Warrington. So Derek Fox feeds the scrum. It's Arts Rovers there to Chris Bibb. Trying to bring the ball out in his own 25-yard line, but Paul Cullen there making the tackle on the Rovers full-back. And Chris Bibb there fighting to get up to play the ball. Paul Cullen won't allow it. So it's a penalty kick to Rovers. Derek Fox, that tap penalty now there to Brendan Toter. That long ball out there now to Owen Simpson. Owen Simpson there cutting back inside. Porniola with the ball now there to Gary Rose. Gary Rose there trying to reach the halfway line, but that's good tackling that by Bob Jackson. So Derek Fox with the ball now there.
Please report to the Secretary's office immediately.
So Ian Smales there trying to straighten up. That's good tackling by Chambers there, the Warrington number 8. So Derek Fox there, that big kick downfield yet again. Testing David Lyon up. The ball's bouncing. David Lyon there managed to pick it up, 3rd time going. Trying to get that ball in. Trevor Clark there makes the flying tackle. Desi Drummond now from acting half-back. Desi Drummond there trying to look for gaps down the middle of the field. That's the second tackle.
Oh, look at these four up there.
So Joanne man there from acting half-back. That's the fourth tackle. So the ball back there to David Lyon. David Lyon, that big boot downfield. And that's a good kick that by David Lyon. One bounce. Finds the near touchline side. It's still Rovers 1, Warrington 0. Just near on 30 minutes of play gone in this match. It'll be Derek Fox to feed the scrum. The ball's in, it's out to Rovers. Derek Fox with the ball there, taking Paul Cullen on there, and number 13, Gary Sanderson. So Gary Rose with the ball now. Gary Rose nearly finds the halfway line. So Trevor Clark now there to Brendan Toulter. Brendan Toulter now there to Ian Smell. Ian Smell's through the gap. Back inside there now to Andy Fisher. Andy Fisher there to Trevor Clark. Trevor Clark. That's marvellous play by Rovers. Marvellous play. Paul Muller with the ball now. So Brendan Toulter there trying to do his way over, gets that ball back inside there now for Crispin. Crispin there, right to his Owen Simpson. Owen Simpson scores in the corner. That's marvellous play by Rovers. That's unbelievable football. Every man backing the man up with the ball there down the middle of the park. Brendan Toulter started that move off, moving down the middle of the field. Brendan Toulter and Ian Smells onto the ball. Andy Fisher, Trevor Clark, quick played the ball. Paul Newell have had a run in, then another quick play of the ball, and Brendan Toulter there give the ball there to Chris Bibb. Real hard to one tackle, then he finally found Owen Simpson on this near touchline side and just cut inside, beating his man to plant the ball over in the corner. And need I say it, this kick's vital for Featherstone Rovers and for Derek Fox. If he kicks this, Warrington have got to score twice or three times, as I say, but Rovers leading at this moment by 5 points to 0. So here we go. Derek strikes the ball. Has he got the height? Has he got the angle? Just outside of the post. A marvellous attempt that by Derek Fox. Featherstone Rovers 5, Warrington 0. Once again, Chris Rudd pumps the ball up high. Andy Fisher underneath it. The ball went back. Andy Fisher receives it. I must say that Andy Fisher looking very sharp indeed tonight. Every time he gets that ball, he's got plenty of pace as Andy. Then big strides down the middle of the field. So Brendan Toulter with the ball now. Takes that ball, his own 25-yard line there to Trevor Clark now there. To Derek Fox there to Gary Rose. Gary Rose back in field. That's good adventurous play by Rovers. Another try before half-time now. Paul Newell with the ball there. Ooh, absolutely terrible tackle by Paul Newell. Well, the least said about that, the better. I'll leave it to the officials and the referee and the touch judges. But plenty of balls from the main stand here, but I think Paul will get up from that. Paul Newell, that is. So Derek Fox, this penalty kick. Rovers 5, Warrington 1. Can Featherstone capitalise on this 6 tackles? Trevor Clark there tapping that ball there to Owen Simpson nearly through the gap. Chris Rudd there just ankle tapping him. Derek Fox with the ball now. Backs that there to Derek Fox there to Brendan Toulter. Brendan Toulter there to Paul Newell. Paul Newell there nearly through the gap. Paul Newell there taking the referee over the line with him. He scores the try. Paul Newell scored the try. Absolutely magic stuff. Well, that's the best way to answer him back. Once again, this left-wing combination, and the crowd rises to Paul Newell. Well, that switch play there, Derek Fox switching play there to Brendan Toulter. And Brendan Toulter there, with this blind hand side gate, give the ball there to Paul Newell, and Paul Newell there, he took the ball halfway between his own Warrington 25-yard line and the Warrington try line and pushed 2 or 3 would-be tacklers out of the way to crash over about 15 yards in from this near-land touchline side. I must say the referee, I think he must have impeded the Warrington defenders that time, but for once Featherstone Rovers look ill that time. They could do a bit of luck this season, they've had none at all. Is that going over? Yes it is! Marvellous kicking by Derek Fox. Rovers 11, Warrington 0. Well, that would a marvellous trap of the ball there by Brendan Toulter. A 2-foot tap that. Swandy Fisher there trying to fight away hard Sattles. Now it's Gary Rose there. Being tackled just over his own 25-yard area. Oh, Trevor Clark with the ball now. There to Ian Smales coming down the middle of the park. Well, that's good spotting that by Gary Mercer, makes the tackle. So Derek Fox with the ball there. Derek Fox there.
He knows he shout. He got a shout, tell him.
Derek Fox just looking at him after he kicked that ball. He seemed to be impeded there after he kicked the ball, but the referee says play on, play the scrum. So it's Desi Drummond with the ball now. Desi Drummond. Andy Fisher and Brendan Toulter wrapping him up. Now number 13 there, Gary Sanderson. Trying to come down the middle now. Kelly Shelf with the ball now there. Kelly Shelf there to Gary Mercer. Gary Mercer now there to Chris Rudd. Chris Rudd now there to Desi Drummond. Cutting back inside, but Ian Smells wraps the wingman up. Just short of this halfway line. Phil Sumner with the ball now. That's good running once again by Phil Sumner. But good tackling that by Terry Manning. He stood his ground, made the tackle. So Joanne Mann with the ball now there to Kelly Shelford, to Paul Cullen, back to Kelly Shelford. Kelly Shelford there trying to go down the middle. But Andy Fisher there wraps them big arms round him. Makes the tackle. And that's a feeble drop goal attempt there from the halfway line. I just couldn't see what that was all about, but at least Featherstone Rovers have got this Warrington team rattled now, leading by 11 points to 0. I'm sure to try at this time in the game. We'll just see Warrington off. I know there's another half to go, but Warrington have thrown everything at Featherstone in this first half of the match, and Featherstone held out. Coming back with them 2 storming tries. Oh, Brendan Toulter the ball now. Brendan Toulter trying to look for gaps down the middle of the field. Brendan there seemed to tackle himself there, lost his way a bit. So it's Gary Rose with the ball now. Gets that ball up now there for Ikram Butt. Ikram Butt there being ankle tapped there by Alan Bateman. So Derek Fox with the ball. Derek Fox there, that big kick downfield, testing David Lyon out. David Lyon there picks the ball up in the dark corner of the ground, I call it. But that's good, marvellous tackling by Rovers. And it's Neil Kenyon. He looks a danger man, does this wingman. He's looking dangerous every time he gets the ball. Featherstone are going to have to watch him in the second half. Paul Cullen with the ball now, trying to get this ball out wide to Chris Rudd. Chris Rudd there, but marvellous tackling by Paul Newlove. He wrapped him up that time. Good defence this by Rovers. The ball worked out in this half one another. Both off the ball and on the ball. Kelly Shelford to Paul Cullen there, trying to get that ball out wide. That's marvellous tackling by Rovers. Andy Fisher there, moving up quickly indeed. Stopping his man. So David Lyon, once again, that big boot downfield. Chris Bibb there, getting across, picks that ball up. First bounce, well inside his own 25-yard area. Trying to come down the middle. So Owen Simpson with the ball now. Owen Simpson trying to fight his way out of tackles. Trevor Clark now from acting half-back now there to Gary Rose. Gary Rose there, trying to straighten up, nearly through the gap. That's good running by the Rovers, number 10. So Trevor Clark with the ball now there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox now there to Terry Manning. Terry Manning there looking for support inside him, but Terry having to take the tackle. So Trevor Clark with the ball now there to Leo Casey. Leo Casey there. And to get that ball back there to Trevor Clark there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox now there to Andy Fisher. Andy Fisher now there to Ian Smales. Ian Smales now there to Owen Simpson. Owen Simpson there taking Jesse Drummond on. But Jesse Drummond this time makes the tackle on the wingman. Paul Newlove with the ball now. Paul Newlove after that ball. He's after that ball. It's Paul Newlove. Oh, David Lyon. Paul Newlove there went like a ground out of a trap for that ball. That was absolutely marvellous play by the Rovers centre. Scooted up this wing side. Yeah. In Oars, Alan. In Oars. So Wickram Butt there taps the ball with his foot on the first. That's the first tackle. Second sticking away in this here half now though. Derek Fox with the ball. Derek Fox there trying to spin off men. Gets that ball back there now to Andy Fisher. That's the second tackle. So Gary Rose with the ball. That's good driving by Gary Rose. Rovers surely trying to gain ground up to that post. Oh! Featherstone Rovers possession. So Leo Casey with the ball now for Rovers. Leo Casey getting that ball back inside now there for Ian Smales. Ian Smales plays the ball back there to Trevor Clark. Trevor Clark there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox there, has he got the direction? No. Just wide of the post. And there goes the end of the first half. That was a marvellous attempt that by Derek Fox. I'm going to go for that drop goal, and after a big onslaught by Warrington in the first quarter of the game, Featherstone Rovers withstood him and come back with two marvellous tries. One to Owen Simpson, one to Paul Newlove, a drop goal to Derek Fox and a conversion to Derek Fox, the half-time score being Featherstone Rovers 11, Warrington 0. Welcome back to this post office over this, I'm going to say it again, this vital Stones bit of championship game between Featherstone Rovers to climb clear of that dreaded drop, as they say, out to the bottom two, and Rovers thoroughly deserving their 11 points to 0 lead at half time. Tries to Paul Newell and Owen Simpson, drop goal to Derek Fox and a conversion to Derek Fox after Warrington had looked need I say dangerous in the first quarter of the game. So Featherstone Rovers must stand a good 10-minute onslaught, I think, from this Warrington team in this second half, and I'm sure they'll have the 2 points in the bag this evening. So Kelly Shelford taking that high kick from Derek Fox to start this second half, and straight away Gary Rose in at the tackle. And Leo Casey there going across right round the boat laces by the Rovers number 8 there. Brendan Toter on top. So Warrington there now to Paul Cullen with the ball there, trying to get out in his own 25-yard area. Neil Kinnear now from acting half-back. Coming across, but Martin Pearson there, wrapping him up. And Joanne Mann there, that's the third tackle. Or is that the fourth tackle, I should say? Well, somebody just tell me it's the fifth tackle. Must be, because David Lyon there, that big boot downfield. And Chris Bibb there, picking it up inside his own 25-yard area. Trying to make ground up to the halfway line. So Paul Newell now taking it from acting half-back. That's the second tackle. Rovers 10 yards inside their own half the field. Derek Fox with the ball now. Derek Fox now there to Leo Casey. Leo Casey there trying to break the first line of defence. That's good running by Leo Casey. Now Gary Rose turn. He'll drive it in. Will Gary Rose over the halfway line. Being tackled there by Joanne Mann, the Kiwi international. So it's Trevor Clark with the ball now there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox now there to Brendan Toter. Brendan Toter, that long ball out there now to Paul Newell. Paul Newell inside. Paul Newell there taking this defence on. Getting that ball up there to Brendan Toter. Brendan Toter there just tripping as he went on the way. So Derek Fox with the ball there now. It's all, that's a bad mistake. The referee says Joanne Mann hitting it with his boot. Play on. So that would have been to luck went Warrington's way that time. That Derek Fox kicked downfield. It's in Joanne Mann on the boot. So the referee said, and Joanne Mann falling on the ball. So Chambers with the ball there. Gets up, plays the ball. Kelly Shell with the ball now there to Gary Mercer. And he looked dangerous in that first half. Alan Bateman with the ball now there to Chris Rudd. Chris Rudd now there to number 3, Chris Rudd there. Chris Rudd there to Desi Drummond. Well, Desi Drummond there tackled over in the first side there, halfway between the Rovers 25 and the halfway line. Oh, Gary Mercer with the ball there, getting that ball in there now to Chris Rudd, but Rovers there, defence standing firm. Brendan Toter there and Trevor Clark. Oh, Kelly Shelfer, that big up and under, testing Chris Bibb out. But surely Warrington offside from that kick, but referee says play on. And Leo Casey getting the ball. Derek Fox with the ball now. Derek Fox now there to Terry Manning. Terry Manning now there to Ian Smales. Ian Smales there. Getting that ball now to Ikram Butt. Ikram Butt flying down this weak side. That's marvellous play that by Ikram Butt. Good play by Ian Smales. Oh! And Bob Jackson there down to Derek Fox with the ball there. Bob Jackson really taking a swing at Ikram Butt there, kicking the ball through his legs. Referee says play on. Trevor Clark with the ball now there to Andy Fisher. Andy Fisher now there to Brendan Toter, cutting back inside. Brendan Toter there to Chris Bibb. Chris Bibb there to one tackle. Chris Bibb there's got men outside him. Terry Manning there's got to go back for the ball. It's all on. And the ball going back. Terry Manning dropping on that loose ball. So Chris Bibb with the ball now there to Gary Rose, changing direction. And Rovers up to the Warrington 25-yard area. So Ian Smales with the ball now. Ian Smales now there and Derek Fox. Going to do all sorts with the ball, but the pass there from Ian, I think, just going to Derek's side. So that'll be a scrum down. Derek Fox doing the right thing there, killing the ball, as they say, when they knock the ball on. So it'll be a scrum down. Kelly Shelfer gets the ball from the scrum to Paul Cullen. Paul Cullen now there to Alan Bateman. Trying to get more involved with the game. Alan Bateman, oh, that's a bad mistake by Salford, but David Lyon there dropping on that loose ball. Andy Fisher breathing down his neck. And that's gut tackling that by Leo Casey there on Gary Mercer. And these Warrington forwards still trying to get on top of this Featherstone Rovers 6, but not tonight, I don't think. Number 13 there, Gary Sanderson. 5 yards short of that halfway line. Warrington trying to move this ball across. Oh, and that's a good interception from Brendan Toter. Back inside there to Andy Fisher. What a delightful pass from Brendan Toter to Andy Fisher. What a marvellous pass there. Brendan Toter all in one movement. Intercepted the throw kick off there by the Warrington player. Took it in his grasp. And all in one movement, Andy Fisher, inside Fisher says, and Fish come inside, and Brendan Toter there just flipped the ball up there, and Andy Fisher took it in his stride. And what did he do? Andy Fisher does what he always does best, hold them legs up and planted the ball at the side of the post. Featherstone Rovers 15, Warrington 0, with this conversion from Derek Fox to come. So Derek Fox tags the extras on. Rovers 17, Warrington 0. And I just couldn't see who Dick tried to kick the ball over, but the gap was there, but Brendan there plucked that ball out of mid-air, and like I say, all in one moment there, got the inside pass there, and Derek Fox there taking that kick off there to Paul Newlove. So Brendan Toter now taking it in from acting half-back, but Bob Jackson there coming across, wraps Brendan up. So Leo Cates with the ball now. Gary Sanderson there makes the tackle. Now it's Gary Rose. Trevor Clark now acting half-back there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox bamboozling David Lyon that time. David Lyon coming across for the ball, taking his time, and Derek Fox after that ball. Oh, Derek Fox. Well, they keep telling me that Derek Fox is slow, but when he kicked that ball up, he moved up, and that's beautiful tackling by the Rovers scrum half. So Kelly Shelf with the ball now there to Paul Cullen. Paul Cullen there down to Chris Rudd. Well, that's good Rovers defence. This is just the tonic that Rovers want, and that he's lost the ball in the tackle. The referee there penalising the Rovers player. I think it will Leo Casey there pinching the ball in the tackle. So Warrington here moving the ball out quickly here, and that's good defence by Rovers, moving up quickly. The referee, Mr. Smith there unsighted, and the touch judge had to tell him that's what the touch judge is on for, but was definitely a knock on. So Warrington wanting to bring number 8 off Gary Chambers and bringing number 14 on Tony Thornley into the team. So Paul Cullen goes into the pack. Tony Thornley going in the centres, and Alan Bateman going to stand off half. So Derek Fox with the ball now there to Martin Pearson. Martin Pearson there back to Martin Pearson. Martin Pearson there opening them legs up. Good move that by Rovers. So Paul Newlove there to Owen Simpson. Owen Simpson's skating down that lad. Touchline side. Good play that by Paul Newlove. Now Derek Fox with the ball now. Derek Fox, Allen ball out there now to Terry Manning. Back inside there to Gary Rose. Gary Rose here having to change direction. Out to toe tackle still going. So Rovers inside this Warrington half of the field now. Here's Smiles with the ball there. Getting that ball back there. But Rovers there trying to play too much football. Just wanted it steadying up that little bit. Should have took the tackle that time. Oh, and that's a terrible mistake.
Not yet.
So Featherstone really got Rovers. So Derek Fox getting that ball there to Brendan Toter there to Paul Newlove. So Brendan Toter now to Leo Casey trying to run the ball in, looking for supporters. That's the second tackle. Rovers well inside that Warrington 25-yard area. So it smells the ball now there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox there, throw the gap. That little dummy. Now it's Ian Smales, scores the try from acting half-back. Ian Smales there saw the gap. He took it from acting half-back and he just scooted over the line. There were no stopping Ian Smales that time. Two would-be Warrington tacklers hanging on to him, but he was too near the line to be stopped. You'd have wanted a crane to stop Ian Smales that time and a tank and all. And Ian Smales here went sliding over between the posts. Featherstone Rovers 21, Warrington 0.
Stop touches halfway, just to slow game down. As I told Chris to go in second row. Yeah, Smales to stand up.
And Derry Fox putting their extras on. Featherstone Rovers 23, Warrington 0. And this is just the tonic that Featherstone Rovers needed. Martin Pearson get a marvellous round of applause from the spectators. So Chris Burton will take his place in the pack. I think that Ian Smales will go to stand off for Featherstone Rovers. Derek Fox gets that ball there to Brendan Toulton, now there to Chris Bibb. And Paul Cullen there makes the tackle now. Brendan Toulton there trying to make his own 25-yard line. But Bob Jackson making the tackle and Tony Thornley in the way that time. First touch of the ball now there for Chris Burton coming back after injury. Got a bad ankle injury in the away defeat at Salford. Now Leo Gates with the ball now there to Andy Fisher. Andy Fisher back inside there now to Terry Manning. Good running once again by Andy Fisher. When he owns them big legs up, he's up. That big stride. Oh, Trevor Clark with the ball now there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox now there to Gary Rose. Gary Rose there trying to get that ball out wide, but Warrington moving up very quickly indeed. So Derek Fox, once again, that big kick downfield. And David Lyon letting the ball roll and roll. It rolls dead. So Rovers must get organised. So Warrington yet to score a point in this match here at Post Office Road. Warrington in charge of the ball. Good tackling that by Paul Newlove. Warrington still in possession, looking a little bit lost now, trailing by 23 points to 0. All these points can count at the end of the season. Points for and points against. Rovers doing remarkably well to keeping Warrington 0. Warrington a top 4 team. Wallace said there's no difference from the top 4 and the bottom 4 in this first division. So Kelly Shelf with the ball now. They to Alan Bateman. Alan Bateman there nearly through the gap, but that's good tackling first by Leo Casey, then Gary Rose. Kelly Shelf with the ball there, trying to get this ball out wide. Thornley there. That's good tackling by Ikram Bubb. That's kept the ball alive to Gary Mercer there to Neil Kenyon. But that's good tackling that by Terry Manning. That's good defence. Sixth and last tackle. Marvellous defence by Rovers. To Andy Fisher, Terry Manning with the ball now there to Chris Burton. Chris Burton succumbs to a tackle there to Gary Mercer. Trevor Clark now with the ball now. Trevor Clark now there to Gary Rose. Oh, Trevor Clark from acting half back now there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox now there to Brendan Toulton. Brendan Toulton to Paul Newlove. Paul Newlove there taking 2 men down that touchline side. Paul Newlove there fighting his way out to tackles up to the halfway line. So Leo Case with the ball now there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox now there to Gary Rose. Gary Rose now there to Ian Smales. Chris Pitt from acting half back now there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox there looking for this near touchline side. The ball rolling and rolling. David Lyon takes that ball, slips in doing so, but he takes it cleanly. Trying to take Terry Manning on Ikram Butt, but Ikram Butt, Terry Manning makes the tackle on him. Neil Kenyon with the ball now, running across field, gets that ball there to Kelly Shelford. Kelly Shelford now there to Joanne Mann. Joanne Mann looking for runners outside, trying to get that ball inside there. It's all on. Wanting to get the ball, but surely they want to knock on in that somewhere along the line. So it'll be a scrum down just about on that Warrington 25-yard line. It'll be Derek Fox to feed the scrum. The ball's in, it's out to Rovers. Brendan Toter with the ball now. Brendan Toter there taking the tackle on there to Terry Manning. Terry Manning now there to Ikram Butt. Ikram Butt there taking Kenyon on. And Ikram Butt bundled into touch. So near yet so far. Ikram Butt there going for the corner flag. So the ball's in, it's hard to Kelly Shelford there to Kenyon. Kenyon with the ball there, but Brendan Toter in the stand-off half position since Martin Pearson went on, makes the tackle, and Brendan Toter makes another tackle on Gary Mercer. That's good tackling by the Rovers, loose forward. And Warrington really throwing caution to the wind, which they've got to do now, trailing by 23 points to 0. And Neil Kenyon with the ball, but Brendan Toter once again makes the tackle. That's his third on the trot. So Bob Jackson with the ball, trying to reach his own 25-yard line. Good defence by Rovers, stopping the man, stopping the ball. Rovers firmly on top now in this match, leading by 23 points to 0. Oh, David Lyon, that big boot downfield. Chris Bibb there coming across, takes the ball, second bounce inside his own 25-yard line. Chris Bibb there trying to create space for himself. Tony Thornley there makes the tackle. So Ikram Butt with the ball now. So Brendan Toter there, that little shimmy up to the halfway line. Little dummy to his left to Chris Byrne, but took the ball himself in. Trevor Clark with the ball now there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox now there to Leo Casey. Leo Casey there, trying to get the ball away in the tackle, but not that time. Warrington get possession. Play the ball back. Tony Thornley running it in. And I'm sure that Rovers won't want Warrington to get a turn on the board at this time in the match. So Chris Rudd with the ball. Didn't he run to that ball well? Trevor Clark there, coming across there. Him and Chris Bibb there between them, made the tackle on the Warrington centre. Gary Mercer with the ball now there. Gary Mercer there, trying to get Alan Bateman on the run. Alan Bateman through the gap, but Paul Newell there, beautiful tackle by Paul Newell. Trying to get that ball away there, but that's marvellous tackling by Rovers. And he's thrown the ball away that time. Well, Bob Jackson to me seemed to throw that ball away there after he'd been tackled, and the referee awarding Brendan Toter is got a limp on. I'm sure he'll be wanting to be fit for the weekend. And you hear the roar go up, Toter. Big favourite here at Post Office Road, Brendan. And back to the play now. That Bob Jackson seemed to be tackled with the ball, seemed to be throw the ball away, but the referee awarded Warrington the penalty. Oh, Gary Mercer there. And Warrington here got numbers on that far side, trying to get the ball over there, but that's marvellous tackling that by Paul Newell. Smothered man and ball as soon as he got the ball. He spotted the danger at Paul that time. Oh, that far side there. So Kelly Shelf with the ball now there to Paul Cullen. Paul Cullen now there to Gary Mercer. Gary Mercer having to turn back inside, and that's a bad mistake. That's a knock on. That's a knock on and must come back. And Featherston's heading ball. It'll be Derek Fox to feed the scrum just about on that Rovers 25-yard line. Referee not happy with the scrum, but it's form now. Derek Fox getting that ball there to Tim Sharp. Over his own 25-yard line. Derek Fox with the ball now. Derek Fox now. Back to Andy Fisher. Andy Fisher throw the gap. Andy Fisher. That's marvellous play by Andy Fisher. Being wrapped up now. Porniola with the ball now. Porniola there. Having to take the tackle. Porniola plays the ball to Trevor Clark. Trevor Clark there now. There to Leo Casey. Ooh, Leo Casey just couldn't get that ball away. There were 3 men waiting for it. Now it's Hickrenbutt there going for Matty Knapp. Back Hickrenbutt there taking these tacklers off. Bouncing out to one man to Trevor Clark there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox there trying to go through the gap to Andy Fisher. Andy Fisher going for the try line. Opening them big legs up once again of his. Told Porniola there trying to find way over the try line. Being bundled into touch on this near side. Rovers 23. Warrington 0, still the score. Kelly Shelford feeds the scrum. Tim Sharp out of the pack quickly there, makes the tackle. And Paul Cullen there, straight through the middle, straight through the gap. Gets that ball there to Desi Drummond. Desi Drummond there taking Owen Simpson on. Is it Paul Newell and all? I just can't see over in that far corner. But after all that, Warrington being tackled into touch, so it'll be a scrum down. It'll be Derek Fox to feed the scrum, just to cool it down a little bit. Rovers still got their upper hand in this match, leading by a convincingly 23 points to 0. So Wayne Smales getting that ball from Derek Fox from the base of the scrum. Terry Manning there going from acting half-back. Brings play up to the 25-yard line. Trevor Clark there to Chris Burton. That's a good 15-yard dash there by Chris Burton. Derek Fox the ball now there to Leo Casey. Leo Casey there to Derek Fox. So Trevor Clark with the ball now there to Gary Rose. Gary Rose there. Takes the ball halfway between the halfway line now and the Warrington 25-yard line. Tim Sharp with the ball now there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox there pushing back ball through. And Neil Kenyon there taking that ball over his own try line. Nick Rimbutt's being caught offside through that Derek Fox kick through. Tackling Neil Kenyon over his the Warrington try line. So Joanne Mann with the ball. Joanne Mann getting that ball out wide now to Kelly Shelford. Kelly Shelford there trying to get that ball over along that line. Ooh, Warrington there just dropping on that loose ball in time. Terry Manning there ready to pounce on that loose ball that time, but the Warrington man made it safe. And Warrington got numbers on this side. Oh, that's a shocking pass. Chris Rudd there to Neil Kenyon that time. Shocking ball. Went rolling into touch. Well, Derek Fox trying to feed the scrum. To me that seemed to be okay, but the referee says no. It's just slowing the game up, that's all. So Derek Fox getting that ball from the scrum there. And Porniola there tidying up. The ball going a bit loose that time. But just looking down at this Warrington team, both Chris Rudd and Alan Bateman have been called into the Great Britain team for the match against France. So the Porniola there, who's had a marvellous game this evening. Malcolm Real is here, but there's only one centre on view here today for me, and that's Porniola. And Leo Casey really coming into his own these last two matches. Running the ball in hard. So Derek Fox with the ball now. Derek Fox now there to Chris Bibb. So Derek Fox with the ball now. Derek Fox, that long ball out now there to Gary Rose. Gary Rose there. Gets that ball up there for Derek Fox. Trying to weave on. Derek Fox has passed to the wrong man. Warrington possession. Oh, that's no! Well, to me, that was a blatant knock on that one. I'll give the referee the benefit of the doubt to the first one. They're trying to kick the ball through, but that, to me, that was a definitely knock on, and Jim Smith said the ball went back. So Warrington really trying to throw this ball about. Gary Merce with the ball now there to Neil Kenyon. Neil Kenyon there trying to show his pace up this near touchline side. Terry Manning getting across, makes the tackle. Terry Manning had a fine second half here in this match. He's got through a tremendous amount of tackling. And Warrington still can't break this defence down. Still trailing by 23 points to 0. Joanne Mann with the ball now. Joanne Mann, that big up and under. Oh, and he must be miles offside. Chris Bibb there taking that ball. Gets the ball away there to Owen Simpson. So that big kick off there, and Gary Sanderson takes the ball up to the Rovers 25-yard line. Bob Jackson with the ball. Bob Jackson there running it in. Takes Derek Fox on, but Derek Fox there wrestles him to the ground. Oh, that's all on. That's marvellous play. Trevor Clark with the ball there. Gary Rose there charging the ball now. So Gary Rose there taking it, trying to bring it up to the halfway line. Trevor Clark now there to Leo Casey. Leo Casey gets that ball up there to Paul Newlove. Trevor Clark from Acton Arpat now there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox now there to Tim Sharp. Tim Sharp, that long ball out there now to Terry Manning.
Ikram, here! Tell him to calm down a bit.
So Warrington gets that ball. You hear Alan Agar there, the Rovers coach, just telling Ikram to tell his players there just to calm down that little bit. Leading by 23 points to 0. There's no panic. So Alan Bateman there trying to get that ball across the line. Warrington throwing everything at Rovers, trying to break this defence. Spinning the ball out wide. But that's good tackling, that. Oh, that's a bad mistake. Derek Fox drops onto that loose ball. So Trevor Clark with the ball now there to Chris Burton. Chris Burton there takes Bob Jackson's tackle in his stride. Trevor Clark with the ball now there to Gary Rose. Gary Rose there. Looking for the man to pass to him. That to pass it. Throw that ball out wide that time. So Derek Fox with the ball. Derek Fox now there to Ian Smells. Ian Smells now there to Leo Casey. Leo Casey now there to Tim Sharp. Tim Sharp there. Rovers trying to play that fancy work, but... So Ian Smells there going from Acton Arpat there now to Terry Manning. Oh, Terry Manning there just couldn't get that ball over there for Owen Simpson. So Paul Newlove now from Acton Arpat there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox now there to Tim Sharp. Tim Sharp there. Hand in hand, Fisher take that ball. So Derek Fox with the ball. Derek Fox there, that long ball out there. Ian Smells were going to put the ball over the line. He had to catch the ball first. Warrington possession.
He waited for that, did you?
So penalty to Warrington. Double markers wasn't straight. But Ikram but there makes the tackle. Andy Fisher coming across. And Warrington losing that ball. Trevor Clark drops on that loose ball. Now Rovers, Leo Case with the ball there. Running it in, gets that ball up there for Gary Rose. Over the 25-yard line. Andy Fisher with the ball. Andy Fisher trying to straighten up. Andy Fisher knocking the ball on. So Warrington get position. Tim Sharp makes the tackle there on Paul Cullen. Now on and Bateman with the ball. Now on and Bateman there, but Chris Burt there and Ian Smales makes the tackle on the Warrington centre. Kelly Shelford with the ball again, gets that ball across there, and Neil Kenyon there has to stop his stride, go back for the ball. Well, I must say the feature of tonight's play by Rovers has been this tackling, and that just to show you that I've just been on about. Andy Fisher there read the situation well. Penalty kick to Warrington. Still Rovers 23. 4 tries, 3 goals. Warrington yet to score. Ball back there to Gary Sanderson. Gary Sanderson there trying to straighten up. Still no way through this Rovers defence. Andy Fisher's just having a bit of treatment on his shoulder, but he's back in the starting line-up again. Alan Bateman gets up, plays the ball. Gary Mercer now there. Bob Jackson with the ball now, running it in. Bob Jackson there, pushes 2 men out of the way. Bob Jackson still going. So Joanne Mann there to Paul Cullen. Paul Cullen there. That's good play, that's marvellous play. Oh, he's lost the ball. Not the ball on with the white line at his mercy. Well, that was absolutely strong running there by Bob Jackson through the gap.
If he scored again, Jerry, if he scored again, put Brendan on it. Well, just fetch him off if we scored again, and no so.
So Derek Fox with the ball. The old case running it in. Andy Fisher from Acton Harper takes the tackles. Terry Manning there, using the blind hand side. Terry Manning there. 15-yard dash there by the Rovers centre. So it's Trevor Clark with the ball now there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox here getting that ball out wide there to Tim Sharp there to Chris Bibb. Chris Bibb there through the gap. Chris Bibb on a run here. Chris Bibb trying to come down the middle. Chris Bibb still going. Chris Bibb there taking Chris run on. Gets that ball back inside to Ikram. Ikram which scores now. Ikram scores a try at the side of the post. Ikram Butt showing a clean pair of ears to everybody on the Warrington team that time. He shot out of the trap that time. He'd like Mick the Miller, the greyhound, straight beside of the post. Try set up that time by Chris Pitt coming down the middle of the field. Unbelievable pace by them two. Chris Pitt first and then Ikram Butt there just finishing it off at the side of the post. Rovers 27, Warrington 0. With a conversion from Derek Fox to come. So here we go, Derek Fox puts the extras on, another 2 points for Rovers, another 2 points for Derek Fox. Featherstone Rovers 29, Warrington 0. So Alan Agar, the Rovers coach, bringing Andy Fisher off the field and not putting another one on. Like he says, we've got a big match on Sunday and OKR and they don't want to risk any more injuries. Brendan Toter just having a slight knock on his knee and Andy Fisher having a slight knock and Martin Pearson having a slight knock, but they don't want to risk any more injury to the players. Like he says, another big match on Sunday at home to OKR. Another game which Rovers must win. So Chris Burnt with the ball now, trying to come down the middle. Just seconds ticking away now in this match. Rovers really in the driving seat. 29 points to 0. So Derek Fox. Big kick downfield. David Lyne takes it on the full. Trying to get outside of Paul Newell, but Paul Newell there wrapping him up. Paul Newell been adjudged to be the Rovers man of the match in tonight's match. So Warrington this time have got numbers on this outside. Gary Mercer with the ball now, back inside there to Tony Thornley, to Paul Cullen, to Bob Jackson. Warrington really throwing everything at this Featherstone Rovers team. Oh, and Alan Bateman slips his man. Alan Bateman there taking them all on that down that touchline side. David Lyne coming back inside, but that's marvellous tackling by Rovers. Really seconds. Seconds really ticking away here now at Post Office Road. Warrington going in for the first try, are they? Scores the first try. That's the consolation try. And the Warrington supporters go absolutely wild behind the posts. Featherstone Rovers 29, Warrington 4. So the Warrington try scorer there, thank you Terry Mullane, because I couldn't see where I am here in the gantry. It was Roland Phillips, the number 15 for Warrington. Oh, David Lyne tags the extras on. Is it David Lyne or Chris Rudd? David Lyne it is. Rovers 29, Warrington 6. Chris Rudd. It was Chris Rudd. So Derek Fox getting the game started. Restarted, I should say. Here Crumbuk making the tackle. And you could just hear Leo Casey there saying, "Come on, work." And that's just how much enthusiasm this Rovers team have got, working for one another. That's good tackling that by Terry Manning, stopping his man that time, man and ball. Big Gary Mercer there, trying to run through the centres. Kelly Shelford there, dropping that ball. Rovers possession. Chris Bibb there dropping on that loose ball, so it's Chris Burton now trying to bring it out his own 25-yard area, which he does so. Plays the ball back there to Trevor Clark. Trevor Clark now there to Gary Rose. Gary Rose there, head down. That's good driving by the Rovers, number 10. And there goes the final today from Post Office Road. And a convincing win here from Featherstone Rovers. 5 tries, 1 to Ikram Butt, 1 to Paul Newell, 1 to Owen Simpson, 1 to Ian Smells, 1 to Andy Fisher, 4 conversions to Derek Fox and a drop goal. In reply, that last minute try there to Roland Phillips, converted by Chris Rudd to bring the final score here, and a convincing victory here for Featherstone Rovers, getting out to the bottom 2 for a long time in weeks, I should say. Another big match here on Sunday when Featherstone Rovers must beat OKR, but if they play like they played tonight, I can't see any problems. It's Featherstone Rovers 29, Warrington 6.